In a world of fast fashion and mass production, most things are designed to be temporary. We buy them cheap, use them for a season, and then, without a second thought, they're thrown away, destined for a landfill. They are objects without stories, without souls. But in the quiet, rolling hills of Amish country, a different kind of object is being made. It is an object of profound simplicity, yet of incredible, and often shocking, value. An object that can start as a few dollars worth of plain, solid-colored cloth and end up as a $10,000 masterpiece, treasured for generations. This is the Amish quilt. So what is the secret? How does a simple blanket, made by women with no formal art training, in homes with no electricity, become a treasured work of art, sought after by collectors around the world? The answer is not one single thing. It is a philosophy of patience, a theology of humility, and the powerful currency of community, all woven into every single perfect stitch. The journey of an Amish quilt begins not with a sketch, but with a rule, a profound and absolute rule that governs all of their art: the rejection of graven images. Look closely at a traditional Amish quilt. You will never see a floral pattern. You will never see a picture of an animal, a landscape, or a human face. To create such images would be an act of pride, an attempt to replicate God's creation, a violation of their deepest beliefs. Instead, they must find beauty in a different language. Their art is born from this limitation. They use a powerful and disciplined vocabulary of pure, geometric shapes: squares, triangles, diamonds, and rectangles. These shapes are arranged in complex, mesmerizing, and often mathematically brilliant patterns. These patterns have names that tell a story of their simple, ordered life. Log cabin, which represents the heart and hearth of the home. Sunshine and shadow, capturing the play of light across their fields. Double wedding ring, a symbol of love and commitment. These designs reflect their world: the order of the seasons, the straight furrows of a plowed field, and the beautiful, interconnected geometry of their community. Their art is a direct reflection of their faith, humble, orderly, and breathtaking in its simplicity. But the pattern is only the blueprint. The true magic, the secret that separates an Amish quilt from any other object in the world, is in the execution. In our world, a quilt is stitched together in a few hours on a noisy electric sewing machine. Its stitches perfectly uniform, yet cold and lifeless. An Amish quilt is stitched entirely by hand. Imagine the patience. Imagine the skill. A quilter will use a simple needle and thread to create thousands upon thousands of tiny, perfectly uniform stitches. They aim for a standard of excellence that is almost unbelievable, often 8 to 10 perfect stitches per inch. A single large quilt can contain over 50,000 of these individual hand-pushed stitches and take over 1,000 hours to complete. This is a quiet rebellion against a modern world that has forgotten the value of slow, meticulous, and dedicated work. The incredible density and precision of the hand stitching is what gives the quilt its unique texture, its surprising weight, its incredible durability, and its soul. A sewing machine can make a blanket, but only human hands, guided by a patient heart, can create a masterpiece like this. And those hands rarely work alone. This brings us to the very heart of the Amish quilt, the quilting bee. When a large quilt needs to be finished, the women of the community gather. A massive wooden frame is set up in a living room, and the 3 layers of the quilt, the top, the cotton batting, and the backing, are stretched taut like a drum. For an entire day, or sometimes several days, women will sit around this frame, side by side, their needles rising and falling in a silent, perfect, hypnotic rhythm. But the quilting bee is about so much more than sewing. It is the social hub of the Amish woman's world. It is their parliament, their newsroom, their therapy session. It is where the news of the community is shared, where a young mother can get advice on a sick child, where lonely hearts are comforted, and where the powerful bonds of their community are strengthened with every stitch. As their hands weave threads through the cloth, their quiet conversations and shared laughter weave the very fabric of their society. The finished quilt is not just the work of one woman. It is a physical manifestation of their togetherness, a map of their shared lives. And these are not just objects to be sold to wealthy outsiders. They are woven into the very life cycle of the Amish people, marking every significant moment from birth to death. A new baby is welcomed into the world with a small, warm crib quilt, often the first major project a young woman completes. It is a prayer for warmth and safety, stitched in cloth. When a young couple marries, they are often given a magnificent double wedding ring quilt as the centerpiece of their new home. This is the pinnacle of the art, a masterpiece that may have been worked on by the bride, her mother, and her grandmothers for years. It is a symbol of their new union and the community that supports them. And when a person dies, their coffin is often covered with a simple, dignified quilt on its final journey to the quiet cemetery, a final blanket of warmth and community to see them home. From cradle to grave, the quilt is a silent, faithful witness to every major season of an Amish life. So the secret to the $10,000 Amish quilt is not a secret at all. It is a set of values that our fast-paced, disposable world has largely forgotten. It is the value of patience, seen in 50,000 perfect stitches. It is the value of humility, seen in simple shapes and solid, honest colors. And it is the value of community, seen in the hands of women gathering together to create something beautiful and lasting. An Amish quilt is so much more than a blanket. It is a story, a prayer, a history, and a piece of a culture, all stitched together with a simple needle and thread.